curating this really beautiful haven so far was really exciting to me. It just transforms and it feels like it's got an energy to it because you can interact with it.
Hi, I'm Paul Clarke from Studio 2 Architects here in Auckland, and I'm going to share with you today some of our unexpected things. Come and take a look. So this is one of the first unexpected things that you'd see when you enter the property. And the idea here was to work with the old weatherboards off the old house and then create some patterning that related to, one, the property in reference to number 3 being the street number, but also having the 3 boys in the family and my wife being the square, which is the heart of the family. She's the controller. Yeah, it's a wonderful craft working with concrete, but it's also a labour of love because it's so labour intensive. Thinking about how you actually create this emblem is thinking and inverting the whole idea. And that unveiling is also quite special because when you take all the boxing away, you're hoping that it's actually turned out all right. So this is another one of our unexpected things. It's a work by Pat Hanley. Pat taught me at architecture school. He taught us slide drawing and we were able to experience Pat in that beautiful way that he was able to teach people. It was about scale and proportion, just that idea of being able to put pen to paper and not be afraid of it and enjoy the experience. So yeah, it's a pretty special piece. This is the Vola Tat and one of my unexpected things. The kitchen's really important to us, you know, having the objects or the beautiful things that are sort of part of that. It's not necessarily about showing it off or anything like that. It's about, well, for me, it's actually just a beautiful piece of design. So it just fits in really naturally with everything else. The era of the design is quite important. That reflection back in time of quality, good architecture, good design should just stand the test of time. The next unexpected item is the shutters. The shutters is a very similar idea to the double hung window where we're actually recreating the screen. We love working with screens, but this being a very agricultural way of dealing with that transition between what's happening inside and outside and being able to manipulate the light into the space. It just gives that ability to allow it to connect directly to the outside, but also, when needed, shut off. All the mechanism that holds it all together. There's all the joy of the design as well, because they're all the things that people don't really appreciate. We're just looking at a screen, but within it there's these fantastic hinges and a really simple track system with a lovely little wheel, and then they're completely out of the way. There's just a completely different experience that it creates within the space. There is this quite playful thing with them. When you're actually in the garden, from my perspective as an architect, you can manipulate it into, I suppose, like an artwork, and that's quite joyful. It actually creates a different feeling and experience, and I do know that some people from across the valley find it quite interesting when the house has been manipulated in that way. It's probably not a daily task, but when you're here and you're actually using the spaces, there's something that's really lovely about being able to manipulate that and have that ability to change it. So another unexpected thing. We were in the old house here a number of years ago, and there was no way of being able to light the outdoor space. This yo-yo, designed by 2 Swiss designers back in 2000, was just a wonderful way of being able to actually transport light around the outdoor space. It sort of has that simplicity about it that reflects to a childhood. It's just this wonderful object where you can maneuver it around and it just creates a difference to the space that you're in. It has been picked up and twirled around, and it has been fixed. It's changed from an incandescent to an LED lamp. You're just making things more robust as you learn about the people who you have as friends. So this chair is another wonderful unexpected thing, and it's in a great spot here. It has this ability to sort of swing and connect and be part of the morning sun, and having a coffee here, and in the evening sitting here with a glass of wine in front of the fire, connecting with family or friends. That's pretty special. It's a leather chair, beautifully stitched. It has this rotation ability as well, which means that when you move, your coffee moves or your glass of wine moves. You've got to be pretty careful. We have lost a couple. It's so easy to keep. You give it a fresh bit of love with some leather polish. It feels so good. It smells great. Love it. So the idea here was about reinterpreting the traditional double hung window, but within that, wanting to be able to just slide the top part of the window down. We were looking at the mechanism that actually does that work. So we wanted to expose that, we wanted to express it so that you can actually see it. So we've used stainless steel tube, we've capped that tube, we've filled it with gunshot because the lead has the weight, and then the chains that we've used is a self-lubricating chain that you might have on a motorbike. Rob Piazzin from Granbury Joinery, he worked very closely with us and he came up with a lot of the mechanism. It was a really beautiful reinterpreted way of joinery, and it also creates a really nice way of being able to open up the space and enjoy the weather when it's great, and shut it up and even shut the shutters when it's not. So this unexpected item was one of those wonderful stories where we got this 23 years ago when our first son was born. My wife spent a lot of time sitting here feeding him, and I must admit I spent a lot of time sitting nursing him at that time too. When the kids got a bit older, it definitely became, with their mates, one of those great chairs. You know, you can obviously do the rocking, but the spinning, and look, it's the other thing about great design is that it's stood the test of time. It's faded a little bit like me, but I think that's all good. This unexpected item was, I believe, is a beautiful piece, and it was on an unexpected trip down south with my mother. We went to one of our favourite little galleries. At the time when I saw the piece and they told me the price, I wasn't going to buy that with my mother around. I didn't think she needed to know what silly money I spend on things. John Drawbridge, who was one of our New Zealand modernist artists, he did this work as an experimental piece back in 1965. It's really beautiful to see it in our own home. To me, it's sort of quite a historical piece. It's older than me, so that's pretty cool. When the piece was originally designed back in 1965, they had fluoro light in the back of it, and then after John's passing, the family looked at upgrading the lighting in it, so it's got LED in behind. The shadows are quite beautiful when the artwork is off, and at night time in this space with lights low and that lit is just a really gorgeous ambience. So the idea about the placement was the arrival into the house is through this beautifully crafted pivot door, and then this painting is centered between the passageway that you enter the house to. So there's sort of just these moments. I do love that about architecture, that you can create objects that you look towards for the space to be individual in the way that it's seen. So another unexpected item, designed back in 1948, Charles Eames, the Leches. I stumbled across it at a sale a number of years ago, and it's just always been part of the furniture. It's got this amazing sort of smoothness, the way that it's been sculpted, is having the hole in the back. Is it a seat? Is it a chair? Is it an object? Is it something that can just be looked at and appreciated? It's it's a pretty special piece. And thanks everyone for coming on this journey with the local project and experiencing our home and our unexpected things.
I'll often describe furniture layouts in particular as a landscape. This idea of layering and feeling that everything we touch has a different feeling as well. Finding that balance of where to be theatrical and exaggerate something that's actually quite plush and plump, and then where to have more delicate or hard objects that you can touch and interact with. I think that's when the joy is there, when you can interrogate how you use a space, and then it becomes just so much more authentic to you. Curating this really beautiful haven so far was really exciting to me. Having this sort of split feeling across the haven sofa is quite incredible. It just transforms and it feels like it's got an energy to it because you can interact with it. It's sensory, visually, as well as when you touch it. The chaise sort of lily pad, as I call it, in the corner, which is great for cozying up, epitomises a lot of the things I look for in a sofa for myself and for clients.